What's up everybody, welcome to RetroGameCrunch. In this past week, I did what every sane collector swears they won't do. I went into GameStop just to look around. We all know how that ends. Next thing you know, I'm walking out with a bag full of games, a receipt the length of a CVS one, and a promise to my wallet, I'll do better next time. Alright, so before we jump into our 4-game feature, let's discuss all the games that I'm currently adding to my shelf this week. And first up, we've got a series of Switch games, and the first one is going to be The Messenger. Next, we've got a game that I've been looking for a while, and that's going to be Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Next, we've got Owlboy, and now we're moving on to some Wii games, and that first game is going to be Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World. Next, we've got Sonic and the Black Knight. Next, we've got a GameCube game, and that's Sonic Heroes. Next is an Xbox 360 game, and that's Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Now for our PlayStation games, and we're starting with the PS3, and that first game is Silent Hill Homecoming. After that, I picked up Katamari Forever. Next, I've got a PS4 game, and that's Mafia Definitive Edition. Now for two PS5 games, and that first one is going to be Blade Assault. After that, I picked up Solstice. And our last game to add to the collection this week is going to be an Xbox One game, and that's Kingdom Come Deliverance. Okay, so our 4-game feature this week, and the first game we're going to feature is Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. This one put you in the cape of Dracula himself, trying to stop Satan in a modern-day Gothic setting. Yep, Castlevania went full anime metal album cover. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. The game was developed by Mercury Steam, a Spanish studio, and it was their second go at the Castlevania franchise after the first Lords of Shadow. For the first time in the series, the setting wasn't just medieval castles. Parts of the game take place in a modern city mixed with supernatural elements. The combat system introduced new powers, like transforming into a dragon and using the Void Sword to heal during battle. Critics were split. Some loved the big action set pieces, while others weren't fans of the stealth sections. Today, it's a cult favorite among Castlevania collectors. Next is Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World for the Wii. This was the direct sequel to the beloved GameCube RPG, though it didn't quite reach the same legendary status. The game introduced monster recruitment. You could capture and train over 200 different creatures to fight alongside you in battle. Pokemon vibes, but with more swords. While Lloyd and the original Symphonia cast appear, the main story focuses on the two new characters, Emil and Marta. It was originally released on the Wii in 2008, but later bundled into the Tales of Symphonia Chronicles collection for PS3. Even though it's not as celebrated as the first game, it's still a must-have for Tales fans and Wii collectors since RPGs on that console were pretty rare. Now for something a little bit darker. Silent Hill Homecoming on PS3. This one put you in the shoes of Alex Shepard, a soldier returning home to a town that makes every family reunion look like a horror movie. It was the first Silent Hill game developed by a Western studio, Double Helix Games, rather than Konami's Japanese team. The game leaned heavier into combat compared to earlier entries, giving Alex military-style fighting skills, which some fans liked and others felt clashed with the series' survival horror roots. The creature design and atmosphere were inspired heavily by the Silent Hill movie from 2006, which explains the shift in tone. While it didn't receive the highest praise, it's still an essential piece for Silent Hill collectors, since physical PS3 horror titles have become more sought after. And our last featured game for this week is going to be Sonic Heroes on the GameCube. The game where Sonic asked himself, what if teamwork actually worked? Spoiler, sometimes it does, sometimes it sends you flying off a cliff. It was the first Sonic game built on a multi-platform engine, releasing on the GameCube, PS2, Xbox, and later the PC. The big gimmick was the team system. You controlled multiple characters at once, swapping between speed, power, and flight types on the fly. The game brought back fan favorite characters like Espio the Chameleon and Vector the Crocodile, giving the Chaotix crew some long overdue spotlight. Despite some camera issues, Sonic Heroes was a commercial success, selling over 3 million copies worldwide and helping re-establish Sonic in the 2000s. So there you have it, Dracula in Modern Times, a Tales sequel with monster collecting, Silent Hill's American Makeover, and Sonic trying group therapy. Until next time, happy gaming!